So enough with all that mushy stuff. Y'all got the rundown, y'all got the story about how we met. And now I just want to talk about South Africa and how I've received it, how it's received me and him. And I think I'm going to start off a little bit talking about my preconceived notions about South Africa before I actually came here. So I was a little hesitant in coming to South Africa at first because of the things that I've heard about it. It has a history of apartheid, and if you don't know what that is, that's basically separatism. Like you can,
like racial segregation. So these white people who were here in South Africa,
the colonizers,
the colonialists, they want to have like their own nation. So they chased away the black people, the South African. So they put little banners in the stores and street, like this is for the white, this is White Street. If you go to the train, this is the place for the white people, this is the place for the black people. So most of the South African people, they started to fight against that thing because this is their country. So they were fighting against the white people out here, and that's why there was a lot of war. And right now here in South Africa, after Mandela released, after Mandela got released in 1990, so he said South Africa is for all, the white and the black, and that's why here in South Africa there is no like superiority to for the white people, like we are superior. No, if they're gonna do that, the South African people, they will not tolerate that because they have like a deep history, and a lot of South African people were killed because of that apartheid. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and it's very similar to what was going on during the civil rights movement in America, but it's very different at the same time. But overall, I can say the difference, one of the differences that I do see, is like he said, there's no air of superiority amongst the white people, you know, that are here. Yeah, it's very, from what I see. Now, I've only been here 2 weeks, but I see it to be pretty equal, you know, pretty equal. And I've asked a few of my Uber drivers and a few random people about how they view South Africa after the whole apartheid era and stuff, and they see that it's pretty equal in that South Africa has made progression in making everything equal. And the thing that I think may be the reason for that is because the whites here are under no disillusions about the effect that implementing this separatism has had on the nation. You know what I'm saying? As where in America, let's be real, like it's like, oh, slavery, get over it. You know, civil rights movement, that was 40, 50 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? We need to, you know, we're always being told to forget about it, move on, yada, 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 when they're not really addressing the real facts and the real effects of, you know, what we had to go through. But here, I feel like everybody is well aware of the effects that it's had, and everybody has truly 100% taken strides to better this country. And I think that is one of the things that makes South Africa unique as well, is because you do have your pockets of, like in the city, because we went to Johannesburg, and we went to Cape Town. Right now we're in Johannesburg. I don't know if you can see this little Josie thing, this like art behind us. This is our Airbnb. But in Johannesburg, in Cape Town, and maybe Durban, we didn't go to Durban, but in the bigger cities you will still, it's very modernized, very, you know, kind of what you would expect out of a city in America, or you know, just a bigger city around the world that's modernized. You'll find still your pockets of people who are very true to culture. Everything is not Europeanized or just glazed over in South Africa hasn't forgotten its culture. You'll find everyone working amongst each other, like whites, blacks, coloreds, which is basically, in my eyes, it's mulatto, mix of black and white. But yeah, and the languages, I think there's 11 official languages out here. The only ones that I'm familiar with is Afrikaans and Zulu, and of course English is Kosa. Okay, excuse me, I came down with like a little cold, so I'm like all sniffling and stuffy and coughing. Y'all gonna have to excuse that. But the other day I was talking to this one guy at the mall, and he explained to me that Afrikaans is what they call a kitchen language. And basically what that is when the workers, the black workers, slave workers in the kitchens, that's how they used to communicate, is Afrikaans. Because I told him, I'm like, it sounds a bit German. A lot of the street sounds are German, some of the words sound German. And he was like, yeah, that's really what it is. Afrikaans is kind of a German mixed with an indigenous African language, and they used to speak Afrikaans in the kitchens and stuff like that, so the slave masters wouldn't know what they were talking about. So Afrikaans is a language that they made up kind of in secret to communicate, which I thought was really cool. Now it's a national language. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Overall, I like it out here. It gets my thumbs up to visit. Johannesburg reminds me a lot of different parts of New York. Like right now we're downtown. I don't know if you can hear the background noise, the cars and the horns and all that. Some parts on the street really remind me of New York or any other bigger city. But yeah, probably New York. And it's very artsy here. Very, very full of art. They have art shows, galleries, stuff like that. Very vibrant. It's a very vibrant community, especially in Maboneng. That's where we were staying like our first week here. Really cool. Soweto. Soweto was really cool. Now Soweto is one of the biggest, what do they call it, townships. It is the biggest township, basically the biggest hood in sub-Saharan Africa. And Soweto is from basically where, during the apartheid era, where they pushed all the blacks out of their communities, basically gentrification. They pushed them out of their communities into this one big ghetto, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't feel like they still thrived. It's full of art, full of culture. We went to go see Nelson Mandela's house, which is really, really cool. Quite an experience.
Good history.
Very good history. Not only Nelson Mandela's house, but who else is there?
Desmond Tutu.
Desmond Tutu.
The bishop who fight the right for the South African together with Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, basically a civil rights activist, if you're putting it in American terms. Yeah, just a lot of history there. Very, very vibrant community as well. Now Cape Town is it's a lot more touristy. But
natural.
Yeah, it's very natural. A lot of natural beauty. Beaches, mountains, stuff like that. Like, it's beautiful. Lots of winery that I couldn't even partake in. Lots of craft beer too. Lots of craft beer here in South Africa, which, oh my God, I just love beer, and I couldn't partake of any of it, so I was a little hurt. I don't know which one I like more, to be honest. Like, if I had to choose a place to live, it might be Cape Town, but like I just like the culture here in Johannesburg as well, because it's very artsy. But
Cape Town is dope.
Cape Town is dope.
Cape Town.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's natural. Clean.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. That Johannesburg is dirty. But Cape Town is much clean than Johannesburg.
Yeah, it is a lot cleaner. The people, I don't even want to say they're a little nicer, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people here in Johannesburg are more straightforward, straight to the point. And people in, not saying people in Cape Town beat around the bush or anything like that, but I feel like Cape Town is very relaxed, very chill. People out here, they hustle, they go, it's go, 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 Cape Town is very chill, very relaxed, very it's a beachy vibe, like for real, all around. Oh, we went to the aquarium down there. We did a city bus tour around the Cape, like around the coastline. Yeah, it was really cool and really cold. Oh my God, I was freezing. We'll definitely be coming back to visit for sure. We definitely will, and experience a little more. I want to go to Durban. I want to see what that's about. That's another city that's on the coast. And another thing that I wanted to address real quick, before I came out here, I was doing a lot of research, and they were saying, oh, Johannesburg is so violent, and you know, you're gonna get robbed and mugged, and you know, all that stuff. I wasn't worried because I carry myself with precaution when I'm in a new place, and I'm an observer, so I'm always watching my six, you know what I'm saying? I'm always watching my surroundings and stuff. But we haven't encountered any, you know, any violence, anything like that. Like nobody's trying to rob us. Like, and the other thing is, in a lot of other places that I've been around the world, not only in the continent of Africa, but just Asia, you know, all these other places I've been, they see that you're a tourist and they'll charge you extra for some vegetables on the side of the street, or they'll charge you extra for this or extra for that. Out here, it's not really like that. Like, everybody gets the same prices for everything. And when we were on the train from Cape Town up to Johannesburg, I asked someone about like land, buying land out here, right? And I was asking them like, so the fact that I'm a foreigner, will I get charged double for the land, or will I pay special taxes or fees or anything? Now, granted, he probably wasn't some type of landlord or government official who deals with agriculture and land or whatever, you know, the department is. But he was saying that no, it's pretty even. Everybody pays the same amount. Like, so that's another thing I did like about down here. I think that's it. I think we've talked to these people enough. You got anything else? No. Okay, me either. But, you know, this has been a great experience, and I do recommend it. I do recommend South Africa. Like, I wish that we had got to go on some of the safaris, like the Big 5 safari.
Kruger National Park.
Kruger National Park.
Kruger National Park.
And, you know, stuff like that, but we're only here for a limited time. But, like I said, I recommend it. It gets my thumbs up. Rich history, beautiful culture out here, interesting culture, and yeah, it's me, Traveling Sista, and I love y'all. Peace, peace.